Hello, everybody, and welcome to what will be one of the final installments before the big wrap up video going back in time and showing all the work that was done. The restoration of the Lisa Marie, and we have made a lot of progress pushing it to the finish line. One thing that was um, very unsightly, of course, was the roof where the Zep wax was put on top of it, improperly applied in a hasty and sloppy manner. It all dripped down, and it basically made the coach look like a Krispy Kreme, like a dirty Krispy Kreme donut. A lot of that goo and wax has now been removed. Yes, there is the vanity stripe up there, which will need to be redone. It will not be done with this restoration, but it will be held for a future project. It won't be a big one. It'll require a little bit of sanding down, a little scuffing down the stripe there, properly masking it off, and then putting a refresher navy blue stripe around there. It should be a one-day project. It shouldn't be that big, but otherwise it has cleaned up very nicely. We did have a little bit of a setback, which I'll go over here. Come around the corner here, and in the back of the rig here, we did have a water pump leak. Now, the good news is the water tank tested out really well with no leaks whatsoever. I'm going to do some additional blocking to set the water tank. This is temporary with these straps. We have excellent holding on that side using the frame for the bed, and we put some molding strips on there to give some cushioning, and that's going to be great to hold it in from that side. So I need to put some material down to put some blocking on this side. But our water pump, the water pump on the Lisa Marie is about 31 years old now, and we did have some leak from the diaphragm in front, so that's been ordered and that will be replaced. But otherwise, it was pretty leak free. Let's go inside now of the rig. We were able to set the dinette and permanently mount that into position using 3 bolts, and I think it looks really good. It's going to look really nice when the lagoon table goes in, but I think it sets really well. It looks very handsome with the panels on the wall. Also put the surround up, got the curtain holders back into place. The curtains need some stays, but I think all in all it looks pretty good. The buttons have come in. The blue buttons and the white buttons are going to be added where they were deficient to give a nice finished detail. So it's coming along very well. The heating system has been tested out. The other big thing is that the sink has been set and the stove, and I've worked on doing the molding and doing the stripping here on the floor, the protective stripping that keeps the rubber coin floor held down, and I've done the work to trim out and to square this up. This used to be on a terrible angle. Here, I don't know why they built it that way, but it's nice and square now the way it sits, and it looks nice with the molding that I've added on it. The heat vent has been added back to the bottom here for the front of the coach. Go inside, plenty of room. I know this is an enormous seat, but it's something that Marshall wanted, a very deep seat, and that's the electrical bay down there. The distribution panel, the converter box, has been permanently mounted now, and I don't think there'll be any regrets on having that in there. That looks really good. Took the place of the old one. The flooring has been finished here. Need to add a little more back here in this area, but this protective strip is important. I'm going ahead and doing some final restoration work for the wood. Need a little more down below. There's the secondary heat vent, but doesn't this look nice here, the way that all turned out? That's a $27 piece of Formica, the box store. A $10 sink from the flea market and a donated stove here, and this is really nice. Managed to install this, so it has the electrical, which permits it to have the piezo starter here, which is nice. You don't have to use the flame starter to start it. So it's a very nice Dometic unit. The last big thing that we have to do, which isn't that big really, is getting a piece of sheet metal or a panel to go back here for this particular area. And I think a maybe a blue panel might be nice in that area if we can't find an appropriate piece of metal and get a panel on there. There's really no risk of heat because of this acts like a heat shield over here, so you don't have to worry about a lot of rising heat and any danger of that. This is very controlled flames. We did hook up the propane, which is fine. We've tested all the electrical out here once again. So there's really not much to do. Put the lights up, get this speaker that popped out back in place. The air conditioning cover, heater cover, has been repainted. Doesn't that look nice? It's in keeping with the fresh coach look here. So that's the update. Just have to mount the Lagoon table now. The stanchion is there, and get the table mounted on top of that. And it's I think it's a done deal. Get the lights around the edging, and I think it will be complete. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and your thumbs up are appreciated. Thanks, everybody.